everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, it's going to be something a little bit different, still a reading vlog, still something super fun. So one of my book friends here that I made on YouTube, her name is Caitlin. The link to her channel will be down below. I love watching her videos, they're so fun. We decided to do a video together where we're going to be swapping 5-star reads. We gave each other a list of our 5-star reads and we each picked 2 books from the list that we're going to be reading. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm kind of nervous for her video because I know books, we're gonna have different opinions and everything. She reads more fantasy type of books, and for me fantasy books are a bit harder for me to read. So from her list, I did not pick a fantasy book because I know that's gonna send me into a slump and that it's the last thing that I want. Some of the books that were on her list I did read or I got spoiled for me, so I'm not going to be reading, but I picked 2 books and I'm super excited. So yeah, there's gonna be some sort of different opinion with books. My 5-star reads are definitely not a lot of people's 5-star reads, and a lot of really popular 5-star reads for people are probably like my 2 stars. So we'll see, but that's kind of the beauty of it, I guess, with reading. We're all reading the same books. People are gonna feel totally different ways about it, and that is fine. The first book that I picked out of her list is actually a really popular book talk, booktube book that went around a while ago, and I just never had the urge for one to pick it up. And when the author had multiple other books come out, never had the urge to read any of them. And that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I don't know why I never had the urge. I think because the cover, I was like, I don't want people see me reading this in public. But recently I did pick up reading Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which is her first YA book. Rivals to Lovers, I think. I don't know. I DNF'd that book on page 75. Couldn't do it. I heard that a lot of people did not really like that book of Ali Hazelwood's, maybe because it was YA, but a lot of people liked this book and Love Theoretically. I think Love on the Brain is the second one to this. Interconnected Standalone, maybe? I don't really know. This is a STEM romance. Honestly, for this book being talked about so much and I've seen it going around, I really don't know what it's about. The main female character is trying to convince her friend that she can date, I guess, and she ends up kissing the first person she sees and it ends up being a professor, and I don't think it's her professor. That's kind of what I get. Maybe fake dating going on. Reasonable sized book, but I'm excited because I hear great things and I could go for a great romance right now. This is the first book. The second book that I picked, I'm going to buy it on my Kindle. That is going to be Perks of Being a Wallflower. I know, really old book, but I watched the movie a while ago and I remember bits and pieces of it, but I feel like it'll be so fun to read the book, and I know a very coming of age YA thing going on, so we're gonna pick that up on my Kindle later this week. I'm gonna start off by reading The Love Hypothesis. We're gonna see what it's all about. I'm not gonna start reading it right this very second, but I will later today. So I just wanted to intro the video. I'm gonna put all of Caitlin's stuff down below, her video, her channel, and whatnot, so I hope you guys enjoy. Caitlin, if you're watching this, I'm so excited to read your books. Let's get on with the video.
Okay, it's only awkward for me because it's actually been a few days since I talked to you guys in the intro, but for you guys it's only been like a minute. It's been a few days since I've talked to you guys. I wasn't feeling well. Needed to take time and not talk to the camera. It's hard to read when you are not feeling well either because you don't want to comprehend anything. I wanted to talk a little bit about The Love Hypothesis. I'm on page 90 right now, so I'm in the middle of chapter 5. I think there's like 20 something chapters in total, so that means the chapters are really long because there's like 350-ish pages or something like that. That's like the first thing I noticed. The chapters are really long, but tolerable, you know? They're long, but I go through it pretty fast. Been also pretty busy with school, so I'm not giving it my full attention, but I am really enjoying it. It is a hard thing for me to try to rate something very, very high, like a 5-star read, if the trope is fake dating. But then again, you guys already know what I'm doing to show. There is this book that exists. This is one of my favorite books that I read last year, and this is Marriage of Convenience trope. So yeah, they're fake dating now. It's like the very, very beginning of the fake dating is where I'm at. I don't have any negative things that I feel about it. I just am going to get more reading done with it. For the second book, Perks of Being a Wallflower, I think I'm going to listen to that on audiobook instead of getting it on my Kindle. For one, I need to stop buying books is the thing, even though that one's on a Kindle, but still, with the way my reading pace is going and everything, I think it's best if I do a audiobook, and I'm also craving that audiobook experience. I don't have like specific feelings how I feel about Olive, the main female character, yet, or Adam, the main guy character, yet. I'm trying to figure out what celebrities I think of when I'm reading. Aside from the fact that they do talk about their physical attributes and like their hair color and whatnot, and it shows it on the cover, I don't picture them that way at all. I'm picturing the main female character, Olive, as the girl from Lab Rats, Bree, I think, but her character in the movie How to Build a Better Boy, because it's like sciencey, I guess. And then the guy I'm picturing, I don't know, but whenever I do read romance books, the guy is more than likely to be Chad Michael Murray. I love that man to the day that I die. I don't know who I picture for this guy. Maybe like, oh my god, why was I gonna say Robert Downey Jr.? That's my little update. Also, I was getting some comments saying that I do the perfect amount of talking in my reading vlog, because if you've seen some videos, you guys know that I talk a lot and I just cut out a lot of the footage because I don't want to ramble on too much. But also I was getting another comment saying to keep videos like 20 to 25 minutes because we're in a world of short form content now. Who's gonna watch a video that's 40 minutes long of me just talking about a book? So that's typically what I do keep my videos ranged from, especially reading vlogs, 15 to 25 minutes. I just wanted to mention that. That was my update on the love hypothesis for now. I'm gonna get reading done tonight because I finished my homework, but my brain is like fried, so. Okay, I'm gonna be so stinking for real. I might be entering into a book slump. And it's not because of the books that I'm reading right now. I noticed that whenever I am able to finish multiple books in 1 week, like not that long ago, I finished 3 books in 1 week. I go into like a slump afterwards. And also I've just been so busy with school this week that I haven't been able to sit down and read, or like when I do have the time to read, I don't discipline myself as well enough because I just have not been in the mood to read. That's why I kind of started listening to Perks of Being a Wallflower today. I went on a run with my brother and I was listening to it. I wasn't listening to it the whole time because girl, I was huffing and puffing. I'm going to read The Love Hypothesis right now. I'm still in the middle of chapter 5. Sorry, I'm getting into bed right now. I know that if can I sit still and then talk to the camera? Hold on. I know that if I record, then I'll get myself to read. Love Hypothesis update. I am more than halfway through, just a little bit. Yeah, because the last like 20-30-ish pages of the book is like a different book. She did like a little sneak peek of Love on the Brain, which is like already out because I'm late on the game of reading this book, but whatever. I'm on page 190, so I just like started chapter 12. There's 22 chapters in this book and I'm on chapter 12, so I'd say the chapters are going by fast but slow. Now let me explain. It's like I'll be speeding through the chapter, but then once I become conscious of like, wow, this chapter is pretty long, then I'm like, okay. But it's like tolerable. I guess for me, like the perfect amount of pages for a chapter should be like 5 to 7. 10 is a little bit pushing it. And these are typically 10 to 15-ish pages, maybe a little bit more, 10 to 20. So yeah, reasonable, I guess, because there's like not that many chapters. Typically romance books are like 40 chapters, 30 chapters. Thoughts is I'm really liking it, but I can't specifically pinpoint what I like about it. It's just the vibes that it's giving, you know what I mean? I want to start rating my books more based off like how I enjoyed reading it and the reading experience, just a little bit more than the book itself, I guess. But the vibes are there and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, which is a very big thing for me to say since I have a hard time reading fake dating books, but it's fun. And I kind of at the part where Olive is realizing that she actually has feelings for Adam. Doesn't want to say anything because she dragged him into this anyway and doesn't want to put more stuff onto him. For me, Adam kind of seems dull.
I'm not gonna lie, maybe because he is not really extremely grumpy. I don't know, maybe he's just so busy, like he can't really have time to give a crap about her. I don't know, but he like is making time to do things and like talk to her and whatnot, I guess, with her. I think it would be so much more fun to read this if it was dual point of view. And I say that with many books because dual point of view is always great, but it's like you hear all these things that Olive says about him and it's like I want to know what he's thinking. That'd be so good. All like certain stuff will be happening and I'm just like, what is this man thinking? I want to dig into his brain. So yeah, there is a lot of science talk, but not like too much. So that's kind of like my update with that. I haven't been listening to the audiobook for Perks of Being a Wallflower because every time I go drive I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook, and then I'm like, actually it's a music type of drive. I kind of want to get this book done and then do the audiobook. I want to try to finish this tonight. It's 8:40 p.m. so I think I could. Every time I say, oh, I'm gonna finish a book tonight, I never finish it. So maybe I should just shut up and drive. Is now done. I have finished reading Perks of Being a Wallflower and The Love Hypothesis, and we're going to do a little wrap up right now with my ratings of swapping 5-star reads with Caitlin. I didn't vlog too much of me listening on the audiobook to Perks of Being a Wallflower because I thought that would be pretty boring for you guys to watch, me listening to something. So yeah, I didn't vlog too much of that or really anything of that sort. Let's talk about that first. I think that if I read this book like a couple years ago, I would have enjoyed it way more just because it is more of a high school coming of age book. I have watched the movie but a really long time ago where I can just like briefly remember things, and I did enjoy it when I watched it, but I also think that watching it played a part of the listening experience, and also not having a physical book for this, it's definitely a different type of take with audiobook versus the movie versus the book. I think it's a very good classic coming of age book. That's why I am kind of rating it like in the middle. So a 3-star is my rating for Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's nothing for me extravagant, but nothing like, oh, this is extremely terrible, you know, it's like right in the middle. So yeah, for Perks of Being a Wallflower is a 3-star. I think wasn't also going into listening to it expecting it to be a 5-star. I kind of knew from the beginning that it wouldn't be, but out of the list that Caitlin gave me, Perks of Being a Wallflower was one of the books that I haven't read. And all the other ones, like I said, were fantasies, and I have a hard time reading fantasies and they're gonna put me into a slump, and like the other ones I have read. So I thought that would be the most promising, but I wasn't expecting it to be a 5-star. So right in the middle. I didn't hate it, I didn't extremely love it, but yeah. So the second 5-star book that I picked from Caitlin's list was The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This was extremely popular way back when, a couple years ago. I just never picked it up, had the urge to pick it up, maybe because of the cover and the fact that it is fake dating. But then Ali Hazelwood's books started popping off more with Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically, Check and Mate, Bride. This follows Adam and Olive. Yeah, I kind of talked about the premise of this book already, but she kind of lures him into fake date just so her best friend doesn't ask questions, and like she was like lying to her best friend that she had a boyfriend. Kisses the first man that she sees, and it is a professor, which is not her professor. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it for the vibes and everything. Like, I do have a hard time with fake dating books. I'm giving this a 4-star, which is really good. Okay, that means I loved it, and the only reason why it's not a 5-star for me is because around like the 250-ish page mark to like 300, it was kind of losing me. I think after like the interaction with Olive and Tom, I just was like, what type of plot twist is this? Which is like, yeah, that happens and everything, but it was just like I was not expecting it. It was, I don't know, it was weird to read about. But I haven't even put my like actual rating on Goodreads yet because I don't want Caitlin to see it because we follow each other on there. I know it was like fake dating, but the forced PDA parts that were happening was really just like, you can tell that Olive was not wanting to force Adam to do anything, to do any of the fake dating. She was feeling very sorry about like the situation that she put him in, but you can tell that Adam did not care. He wanted to do all of those things with her, so that was like pretty interesting to read about. There was like a lot of science talk, but it wasn't like overbearing. Like I was able to skim over some of the science details and still understand what was going on. So that was my reading for this. I really liked it, and I do want to read Love Theoretically next. I don't think I want to read Love on the Brain. I think I could pass on that. Maybe I'll give Checkmate another try, but that one's more YA. This one's not YA. Actually, the smut in here I didn't enjoy as much as I enjoyed like other smut in books. Like this one kind of like was mediocre, and that is unfortunate, but 4 stars. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, something pretty different of what I like usually do. I hope to swap a more 5-star read with people in the future, and I hope to find more 5-star reads. I haven't had a 5-star read since like October, November. Maybe I'll do a video of me trying to find a 5-star read, but that seems pretty difficult right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you, Caitlin, for doing this with me. Go ahead and check out Caitlin's video and her channel down in the description. It'll all be down there so you guys can watch her reading my 5-star reads. We both did 2 books, so I'm very nervous to actually watch her video because we've just been like exchanging messages back and forth for a little bit, but we haven't talked about the books because we don't want to spoil anything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next one. Bye!